can we, can we dig up some more business? How do we dig up some more business? What should we do? What direction do we head? And I'm talking to quite a few agents that are calling on FSBOs. And it's common. It's common to do that. It's common to call on FSBOs, offer your services as a real estate agent, and ultimately, pick up a listing and help this person sell their home. What we're noticing more and more these days, especially as the market is hot, is the average Joe. They recognize the market's hot, and they recognize that, well, hey, why can't they just put a sign in the yard and sell the home and save 3, 4, 5, 6%? So this is what we're seeing in the morning, right? Average Joe's coming out, he's throwing a sign in the yard. It's kind of common right now. Well, when you're talking to one of these guys, right, you're reaching out to someone that's trying to sell their own home. It's important they know some facts. So why don't you arm them with some facts rather than just tell them, hey, I can sell your home, better than you can sell your home. Give them some good hard facts, things that they probably don't quite understand, and feel free to use this data. Feel free to use these slides. You can share these. I'll send you the information. Just ask me for it and I'll send it to you. That way you have the data to provide. It's important to show the facts. The current market, the percentage of homes selling as FSBO has decreased to 8%, the lowest number recorded since 1981. This slide only goes back to 91, but as far back as 81, right now we have the lowest number of homes selling as a FSBO, the lowest. So what does that mean? That means selling a home is harder now than it's ever been before. I don't care that the prices are high and that everybody thinks that a realtor just throws a sign in the yard and waits for some people to call and then boom, the home is sold. That we all know that's not the case. So the fact of the matter is, if you think, Mr. FSBO seller, if you think you can sell your home by yourself, just so you know, since 1981, we are at the lowest period of time in terms of percentage of homes that are actually selling as FSBO. You may see some signs out, they're not selling. Okay, it's important. It's important to share this fact. Now, fact 2, right? Well, how much are they going to get if they sell the home themselves versus sell as an agent, right? You're going to tell them that, hey, I'll sell your home for more than you can sell it for. Great, that's what the last agent told them, right? So data straight from the National Association of Realtors. This is public knowledge. FSBOs where the buyer knew the seller on average across the nation sold for $152,000. All FSBOs across the nation sold for $210,000, and homes sold by an agent sold for $249,000. This is a comparison of homes in the same range for sale by owner versus agent, and you can see that an agent gets top dollar over for sale by owner all the time, and certainly in the cases where the for sale by owner knows the seller and they think that they're really getting over on everybody because they're selling their home to someone that they know and saving that 6%. It's 249 minus 152. I think it's more than 6%. So the proof's in the pudding here. Share this slide. Now let's look at where buyers find the home that they purchase. Okay. Now, if you're talking to someone that's thinking of selling their home as a FSBO, maybe they have a sign in their yard already. The fact of the matter is, people trade homes approximately every 10 years. So the person that you're talking to probably has been in their home 7, 8, 9, 10 years, maybe longer. Okay, when they bought the home, they probably looked at yard signs. They probably looked at newspapers, right? They didn't look at the internet. Not 10 years ago, not 11 years ago. That wasn't a big factor to them, right? So they're thinking back to, hey, man, how did I buy my home, right? And what did the agent do for me to help me buy my home? The fact is, they probably found the information in a newspaper, and they've probably done that. They've already posted their FSBO in all the local newspapers. So their home should sell in their mind. Now, what they're missing is that without a strategic internet marketing presence, nobody's going to see their home. Nobody's going to see their home. A very, very, very small percent of prospects, of buyers that may be interested in their home are actually going to get a chance to see their home. Okay? Now, we just looked at percentage of buyers that find their home, right? So the last slide, most of the buyers are finding their home on the internet, okay? Finding their home on the internet. Now, percentage of buyers who used an agent. These are closed sales, okay? Closed sales. This number's gone up, okay? Not down, up. So you see Zillow, you see Trulia, you see all the internet traffic, you see all of the internet home searches, and you think, boy, real estate agents, they're going to be out of a job, right? That everybody's just going to be buying homes online. No, absolutely not the case. People are going online to search and shop and look for homes. They're using agents more now than ever before. So an agent is used not to find a home. Sure, they can help you find a home, but the most important resource an agent brings to the table is they help close the deal. They bring the buyer and seller together. They complete the contract. They close that deal. So 88% of buyers are using agents right now. It's higher than it's been. And so even though the number of the percentage of folks finding their home on the internet is skyrocket, they're not buying their home on the internet, okay? So your for sale by owner guy, it needs to know that, right? Now of all times, the buyer is going to be using an agent when they buy your home, Mr. For Sale by Owner. So even though you think that you're selling this home by yourself and doing yourself a service, you're doing a disservice, okay? Now, last but not least, when you're talking to Mr. For Sale by Owner, maybe they don't realize that just throwing a sign in the yard and answering a couple phone calls and walking a couple people through their house isn't the only thing that they need to do. So let them know, right? Here's a list of the people whom you need to be prepared to negotiate. So, Mr. For Sale by Owner, right? When you put that sign in your yard, assuming you start getting phone calls like you're expecting, right? Phones ringing off the hook, at all hours, you're going to get, buyers calling. Buyers agents are calling. You're going to need to be able to negotiate with buyers agents, buyers attorneys, home inspection company, right? Termite company. Do you know anything about Section 1, Section 2 requirements when this buyer comes in and he has a termite company come out and do an inspection, and then he requires, ABC to be taken care of? Do you know anything about that, Mr. For Sale by Owner? Or how to deal with that? Probably not, right? What about when the buyer's lender has some issues that come up and then he's, giving you the runaround? Do you know how to deal with that? That's something that's going to be more common now than ever, especially with TRID, right? The buyer's lender is going to encounter maybe some problems, some issues. They're going to need maybe some additional information from the seller. So, Mr. For Sale by Owner, are you prepared to deal with that? Are you prepared to deal with the appraiser? Any issues that the appraiser may bring to the table? The title company, right? The town. What about the town? If there's any issues with zoning. How about the buyer's buyer, right? Think about that. The buyer's buyer. The person buying the home of the person that's buying your home, you may end up having to somehow deal with that in one way or another, because these deals all link together. And these are examples of things that real estate agents deal with. We know this, right? These are things that real estate agents deal with. The bank, right? If it's a short sale, real estate agents deal with all of this. But again, for sale by owner, guys, they just think that, hey, sign in the yard, take a few phone calls, walk a few people through, and collect the check, sell my home, piece of cake, right? It's not like that. Make sure they know what they're going to be dealing with. This will give you a much better opportunity to pick up the listing and do a service for the client. They're, Mr. For Sale by Owner, they could work at Safeway, they could work for PepsiCo, they may work at a bank. They are not a real estate agent, right? So just as you wouldn't, assume that you could walk in and do their job, they shouldn't assume that they could walk in and do yours. Use this information, present it to them. If you need additional statistics or data, reach out to me and I'll forward it to you so that you're armed when you're talking to Mr. For Sale by Owner, because great opportunities for you to pick up listings, right? Reach out to me with any questions. Nathan Nelson here, 925-623-1019. Take care.